is if you can design and build a structure to serve the public, what would it be and where would you like it to be built?
Parte ng buhay natin yan o lifestyle natin as Filipinos, syempre. Na-experience natin yung yearly typhoons na hindi pa rin natin alam kung paano siya susolusyonan or something na dapat nagiging part na ng profession ng architect. Gusto kong mabuild yung isang
Good day everyone, this is Architect Aris Basa once again. We are here in our show Revit Live, here in our YouTube channel Aris Basa. Napakaswerte natin ngayon because we are joined by one of our friends who is a very young architect. Without further ado, let's welcome from Dubai in the UAE, Architect Joe Alonzo.
Thank you so much, Architect Aris. Sobrang nakakatuwa at meron kayong ganitong klaseng opportunity for all architects globally and sa mga taong gustong matuto pa and malaman yung experience ng different global Filipino architects. And thank you po sa pag-invite sa akin, and I hope marami din matutunan yung mga viewers and subscribers natin.
Yeah. Napakaganda ng view mo dyan. Can you just tell us a little bit? Sigurado yung mga nandito sa Pilipinas and elsewhere in the world, they are very curious. Nasaan ba to si Joe? Baka naman virtual background lang yun nasa likod niya.
Itong nasa background ko, isa sa mga landmark dito, which is the Museum of the Future ng Kila Design. And nakarating na ako dito almost last year, February, which is magpo 1 year pa lang ako. And sobrang maraming challenges along the way pagpunta dito, but thankful lang din ako despite the pandemic, and I was able to travel and get a work here in Dubai, United Arab Emirates or UAE, which is sentro ngayon ng Expo 2020 natin. And itong being connect with other architects like Architect Aris, being active sa social media and being engaged sa mga LinkedIn, Facebook, and usually sa YouTube. I was able to connect to those architects and to those professionals as well sa industry natin para mas ma-expand and malaman ko pa yung mga opportunities here in Dubai.
So let's start now the questions. So if you don't mind, Joe, can you let us know a brief history of your career? Let's say kung ano ginagawa mo back in college and then right after college until you reach your present work now there in Dubai.
After I take my BS Architecture in TUP Manila last 2017, I was able to work in a small firm with architect Eugene Mangubat sa Las Piñas, and I was able to be as apprentice. And since then, nag-try ako pumasok sa much bigger firm and corporate practice sa Makati, which is IDEA, na nililid ni Architect Jojo Tolentino. And doon ko na-experience and doon ko natutunan yung BIM, which is isa sa advocate and pinupurso ni Architect Aris, which is Revit, ArchiCAD, everything that works in BIM, building information modeling. And hopefully yun yung naging way ko to work as well for work from home nung last 2020 sa isang mga projects namin sa New Zealand and Australia with paperless architects and greenhouse architects naman with Architect Isa Lianto. And sa lahat ng mga experience ko na yun, isa yun sa parang pinaka-grateful ako and nakarating ako here dito sa Dubai. And I'm here now with our current company, which is a signage and wayfinding consultant with various projects in MENA, which is the Middle East, and projects and as well in Europe and other part of the world. And thankful lang din ako dahil na-meet ko rin dito yung mga and nakaka-collaborate ko sa different projects like master plan and hotels, retails, mixed-use projects, yung mga star architects like ACOM, Arcadis, Hopkins, Atkins, Gensler, everything na pati yung mga big clients with GDA and NEOM. Lalo na pinaka nakakatuwa is yung big and yung kilid set as well.
Yun, very nice, no? Talagang sabi nga nila, architects playground in Dubai. It has been and it
Yes.
is always is, no? Nakikita niyo naman sa background. Part pa lang 'yan, ano? Yung Islamic Museum. So of course, the metro is a fantastic project at sobrang daming high-rise, ano? And we are happy that one of our friends, one of our colleagues is able to work, you know, shoulder to shoulder dun sa mga bigatin, ano? Imagine yung BIG. Yan talagang yan ang one of the hottest na ngayon, di ba?
Yes,
Nagpunta ba
yes.
siya mismo
Sobra,
dyan?
grabe.
Si Bjork? Nandiyan ba siya mismo? Have you met him personally?
Na-involve siya sa lahat ng projects pero not to those coordination meetings with the lead consultant. Pero yung makita mo pa lang yung mga projects na yun, grabe yung mga forms, grabe yung concept. Parang as part of the project, parang ma-amaze ka kahit ang pinagpapasalamat ko po sa profession ko is nakaka-jump and nakaka-participate ako so different projects with the minimal scope of the project. And yun, nakakatawa kasi halos ng mga project dito sa Dubai o mga places dito is na-touch din ng company namin. Kaya parang nung nililibot ko tong Dubai, nakikita ko, oh, naging project pala namin to. O yung ibang part ng Expo 2020, meron din kami ng mga signages, which is nasa part ka ng design pero hindi ka naman overall mag-i-stay lang sa isang project, which is na-experience ko din sa Pinas.
Ayun, very nice and very good to know. Joe, if you don't mind, in a few words, para lang do sa mga bata natin na architects and yung mga students din, can you just briefly tell them what is wayfinding sa mga buildings and in complexes?
Yes. Isa yun sa pinaka-best. Siguro nung nakapasok ako sa company namin, alam mo yung you can never unsee na yung mga bagay-bagay sa paligid mo. Lalo na siyempre yung mga nag-take ka ng architecture, lahat na nakikita mo sa paligid mo, mga buildings, parang ganito dapat yan, ganito dapat yan. Parang mas nagiging widen yung perspective mo. Pero in aspect of wayfinding or signage and wayfinding, kami yung nagda-direct, nag-i-inform, and nag-identify ng mga places for the people to more have a user great experience, lalong-lalo na sa mga malalaking project, master plan, and yun yung dapat kami is naka-align sa vision and concept design ng mga architects, interior, and landscape. Which is yun yung mga directional sign, yung makikita mo sa parking, saan ka mag-turn left, turn right, ano yung mga sign with the lift lobby, and yung mga room ID sign na minsan ang concept nila is about desert, about mga sand, something like that. And yun yung kami nag-jump in to give more complex and most incredible or amazing experience dun sa users, sa mga visitors and mga para mas maka-attract pa yung mismong project itself.
Yun, salamat Joe. No? So for our young architects and for our students, that is how wayfinding works and what is wayfinding. So there's so much to explore on wayfinding, and we are thankful na na-share natin to sa ating mga kaibigan. Let's continue, Joe. So far, I know you have so many projects. You're handling so many projects there in Dubai. And can you name one favorite project so far?
Para sa akin, yung isa sa favorite project is, para sa akin personally, ang favorite project ko is yung naging first project ko sa Pinas, which is yung bahay ng family ng asawa ko ngayon. Na I was able to build and supervise the construction nung time of pandemic. And dun ko na-feel, and syempre dahil alam ko yung kilala ko yung family nila, yun yung hard-earned money ng wife ko. And dun ko mas nabigyan ng design based on their needs, based on the budget. And since pandemic, yun yung naging parang safe place nila. And mas naging komportable sila para i-celebrate o maging komportable sa everyday life, lalo na nasa bahay lang. And yun yung parang take ko sa favorite project ko since then. Kasi parang as architect, mas tumatatak sa'yo, mas nakakapag-ibig ka ng impact sa taong alam mong na-appreciate din yung gawa, which is yun yung pinapa-feel sa akin. Family niya and yung wife.
Very well said, Joe. No wonder talagang mahal na mahal ka ni wife mo. At hindi lang ng wife mo, pati ng in-laws.
Yes.
They had their architect son-in-law who built their house, designed and built their house.
And soon, pag naka-ipon-ipon din po, syempre, mga plan natin as OFW o as part of the family is yung mismong bahay nyo naman yung mapagawa. O yung sunod na magiging family, titira ng mismong family namin, ng wife ko.
We wish Joe all the best in his married life. No? For your information, kasal lang po ni Joe just a few weeks ago. No?
Yes.
Nasa honeymoon stage
Christmas
pa to si
holiday.
Joe. Kaya pasensya na, Joe. Na-istorbo ko yung weekend mo dyan sa Dubai just
No worries,
to guest in this show. Okay, let's continue, Joe. Ito naman, part of our show will be the quick questions. 1 or 2 words lang yung answer. Let's start.
Yes.
For Joe, PC or laptop?
Laptop.
Windows or Apple?
Windows.
Your modeling app? Modeling software?
SketchUp. Since then.
Okay, SketchUp. Rendering app?
Lumion.
Lumion. Related to rendering, do you still do post-production for your designs? Rendering.
Not my expertise, but as long as napapakita mo yung visuals sa client ko, take it from that spot.
Okay na, no? And as far as yung Revit and even the other softwares, andyan na yung meron na siyang konting feature for post-production. You can blend the lighting and everything.
Like ang bago po ngayon is Enscape and Twinmotion. Pero para sa akin, as long as nakikita naman ng client, depende sa project Pero most likely sa akin, hindi yun yung fina-focus ko for my career.
Yun. Ang importante, mai-present yung design, yung intent sa client, and in the end, to build what you have designed. Diba? Which gives us, mamaya yun, yung sa last question natin, we'll ask Joe something like that. But let's do a couple of more questions dito sa quick questions natin. Your favorite signature architect, Joe?
Moshi Shapti, which is the architect of Jewel Changi Airport and Marina Bay Sands and Art Museum.
Ayun. And your favorite Filipino architect, past or present?
For me, dalawa. isa si Architect Bobby Manyosa.
Mhm.
And siguro para sa akin ngayon, which is naging part ako ng company, is Architect Jojo Tolentino.
Oh, yan. Architect Jojo. No? Shout out to Architect Jojo. One of your former employees is here, and we are
Yeah.
one with you in pushing for BIM in the Philippines. No? So, kasi
Yeah, isa
this
sa
is
leading company po.
this is something that we need to share with our fellow architects kasi we, the architects, are the ones who should be able to convince our clients, yung malalaking clients, and even the smaller clients, as you can say, the mga families and even small businesses, we need to push for BIM, di ba? Because
And doon ko po na-realize and doon ko mas napatunayan na kailangan mo talagang mag-adapt as architect o pag pupunta ka ng ibang bansa to pursue your career kasi kailangan mo talagang matutunan yung BIM o BIM dahil yun yung way para mas ma-organize yung bigger projects, mas makita yung clash detections with different and various consultants and sub-consultants na sobrang ang daming specialties, ang daming part ng team na way para mas maging productive at the same efficient yung isang project.
Ayun. You heard it right from Joe Alonzo sa mga young architects natin and even students. So we are now in the future of the past. So yung kami noon, para ka makapag-abroad, you need to have, I'm talking about 20 years ago, you have to have AutoCAD experience. No? Now,
yes,
kailangan yung Revit or ArchiCAD or any other BIM software, dapat embedded na sa iyo yun. Dapat meron ka ng at least intermediate knowledge of that because that's how things are done now. And even before, no, there in Dubai, you're a little bit advanced in terms of construction. Dito sa amin sa Doha, no, I think like 15 years ago, you already started BIM for your projects there. And hopefully now in the Philippines, it has started already, but it haven't really kicked in. And hopefully more of our architects, those big architects can push for the use of BIM para maximize natin yung gamit. Technology is here, no? And as you heard it from Joe, it is really helpful software and helpful process para sa design and even construction. Well, now let's go to the last question, Joe. Maraming salamat. Until now, you are keeping with us and you are sharing with us the beautiful view of, is that Sheikh Zayed Road? Yung nasa likod, no? Yeah, that's Sheikh Zayed Road. That's where all the tall towers are. And at the end of that, nandyan yung
Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, Burj Khalifa. Yung Burj Dubai,
Sa
nasan siya? Sa kabilang side.
Sa kabila.
Oo, yun naman. Kaya, let's go to our last question. Our last question, Joe, is if you can design and build a structure to serve the public, what would it be and where would you like it to be built?
For me, dahil naman sa parte ng buhay natin yan o lifestyle natin as Filipinos, syempre, na-experience natin yung yearly typhoons na hindi pa rin natin alam kung paano siya susolusyonan or something na dapat nagiging part na ng profession ng architect and nagiging collaboration with our government and private sector, which is gusto kong ma-build yung isang school which is mag-nourish and mag-nurture ng mga students for the future. At the same time, magiging evacuation center ng mga fellow Filipinos natin, lalong-lalo na yung mga nasa danger zone for their safety and for their welfare. And hindi medyo nasaktan lang din yung puso ko na may nakita akong isang video sa isang sa Siargao ata yun, yung video na isang newly inaugurated gymnasium na dapat magiging safe place ng mga kababayan natin pero sira for some reasons or siguro hindi nabigyan ng much wind load to resist yung ating typhoon. Pero nevertheless, dapat maging lesson na sa atin yun, lalo na na-experience din natin si Yolanda. And ayun, para mas maging prepared tayo in the next years na darating. Kasi hindi natin may iwasan. Part ng buhay natin yan. Yung baha, yung mga ulan, pero syempre maging prepared din tayo sa mga lindol or sa mga pagsabog ng mga bulkan na magiging place natin para ma-secure pa rin natin yung buhay natin. Ayun lang.
Yeah, very well said, Joe, and such a noble idea, no? That you would like to have a school that would be at the same time a safe haven for evacuees in times of calamities. Kasi talagang however we designed our structure, meron pa rin mga nangyayari, no? And our economic structure also is a problem for now dahil hindi lahat can afford to build sturdy buildings na hindi na kayang mag resist dun sa mga calamities natin. And hopefully things would be going for the better sa bansa natin.
Yes.
And we as architects, even if we are overseas, our hearts are always embedded dyan sa Pilipinas. And kita nyo naman si Joe, di ba? Naisip niya na itayo is something for the Philippines. And when we ask him, ano yung paborito niyang project? Hindi yung project ni BIG o yung project na nandiyan sa likod niya, but the house that he built for his family now. So with that, I would like to share some of your bio and some of your works, Joe. Ilagay ko na lang in description sa baba. So if people are interested to know more about you and maybe contact you for any collaboration, maybe they want to interview you also, and makita nila yung contact information.
Thank you so much, sir. And highly recommended to si Architect Ari sa mga BIM Revit tutorials and practices, best practices. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, kung gusto nyo matutunan pa more in Revit and more on BIM, follow nyo lang yung page yung channel ni Architect Aris. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, salamat, Joe. Joe, I don't want that to be your parting word because I want this interview to be about you. I want you to have a little message gusto mo sa family mo or sa friends mo, and to the architects as well. And you can say the particular greetings, mga shout out sa mga tropa na sa Pilipinas or elsewhere in the world. The floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Para shout out sa mga Global Filipino Architects here in Dubai and sa UAE 124. And syempre sa PIA Greater Cavite section with Architect Danilo Gonzalez. And shout out din syempre sa Architribe na nililid ni Mek San Diego and JP Espino and Jello Benitez. And yun lang as of now. And syempre sa wife ko na nagpe-prepare ng lunch namin as of the moment.
Ayun. Maraming salamat, Joe. That is the sweetest way to end your interview. Siyempre, hindi mawawala si wifey. Okay, maraming salamat, Joe. And we hope to have more of this with you in the near future. So maybe ibang format naman, but we'd like to keep track of where Joe is going because if you don't mind, my prediction is, nako, hindi ko man nasasabihin. keep that for the next, because you know, Joe is meant for something big with his passion for architecture and with his dedication to architecture. With that, Joe, maraming salamat. Stay safe
Thank you,
there sa
sir.
Dubai. Regards to your wife and to your family.